Welcome to Voices of the Elders with Elderic Soren. In today's episode on loyalty, we shall talk about the person who stayed in your worst year. There is a year, most people have one, some have more, where everything that was meaningful stops seeming so. Where the structure of ordinary life, the routine, the forward movement, the reasonable expectation that tomorrow will resemble today, simply stops. And you find yourself in rooms like this one. Rooms that exist outside the ordinary world, where time moves differently. Where the things that occupied you yesterday, the work, the plans, are revealed to have been peripheral all along. And what is left in the room, in the corridor, is only what actually matters. I have been in rooms like this one, more than once, for different reasons, in different years. And I want to tell you something about what those rooms showed me. Not about illness, not about the difficulty that brought me here, but about people. About the specific and permanent education that crisis provides in the character of those around you. Some people, when the year turns bad, become unavailable. Not cruelly, not with declared intention. They simply find themselves suddenly very busy. Their own lives, always present but never previously obstructive, become in the crisis completely consuming. They send the message, they check in once, they offer sincerely anything you need. And then the space between the offers grows and grows until the offer has become only a memory of good intention. These people are not bad people. I want to say that clearly. Crisis is just uncomfortable to be near. It reminds people of their own fragility, their own proximity to a year like yours. And some people, most people, need to step back from that reminder. And then there is the other person. The one who arrives, not once, not with the formal visit of obligation, who simply shows up again, and again, and again, who sits in a chair exactly like this one, beside you in the fluorescent, colorless, time-heavy air, and does not fill it with performance, and does not offer the words designed to make themselves feel less helpless, does not reassure you toward a certainty neither of you has. Simply sits, and in the sitting says everything that cannot be said. I am thinking of a specific person as I speak. I will not name them. Some things are not for naming. But I can tell you what they did, which was everything I needed. They brought food I did not eat. They made calls on my behalf. They drove when I could not drive. They were in the corridor when I came out. Not because I had asked, simply because leaving me had not occurred to them as an option. And on the worst night, the specific night I cannot describe, they sat beside me in silence. Just the presence, not a word, not an hour, perhaps longer. The warmth of another person in the chair beside me. The physical fact of not being alone, when alone was all the room contained. I cannot tell you what that did for me. I can tell you it is among the things I am most grateful for in a life. Not the food, not the calls, not the driving. That has given me many things to be grateful for. The unremarkable, unglamorous, entirely unperformed act of staying. Because in the worst year, staying is everything. Everything else, the messages, the offers, the expressions of concern, are mere words. And words, however genuine, are produced by people who are somewhere else. Staying requires being here, actually here, in the chair or bed with me. In the corridor, in the fluorescent light that is nobody's idea of a place they want to be. Here, because you are here, and they could not be anywhere else. That person is the rarest person in a human's life. Not the most exciting, not the most entertaining, not the person who makes the good years bright. Many people do that. Good years are easy to brighten. The person who makes the worst years survivable, that is a different person entirely. And they require a different quality of recognition than the one we usually give to the people in our lives. I am going to ask you something, and I want you to answer it honestly. Do you know who that person is? For you, the one who stayed or would stay, the one whose presence you have taken for granted, precisely because it was always there, so constant and unconditional that it stopped meaning much. If you know them, tell them, not in the crisis, not when the room requires it and the gratitude is obvious. Tell them now, in the ordinary day, when nothing is wrong, when the gratitude serves no immediate purpose other than the truth. Because the worst year is not the time to discover whether you have that person. The ordinary days, the days before the room, before the corridor, before the fluorescent light, and the hours that do not move, are the time to know them, to honor them, to make sure they understand what they are to you, while you are both still standing in the ordinary light. To get further guide on this topic, pick up a copy of this book, Before They Were Gone. The hidden power of loyalty, presence, and showing up for the people you love.